Welcome to Brighten Your Corner Ministry. My name is Cindy Ann Lewis Walcott, and we are studying life lessons from the Holy Bible. You don't have to be religious, these lessons are for holistic living. Today's lesson is about the power of plants, and we're going to study this lesson in Exodus chapter 15, verse 22 to 25. And we know how important plants are. We know about the power of plants, and we've seen it from the Garden of Eden. The Garden in Eden, we know that it was the tree of life was there, and other important trees, but that was then, and we haven't come across any plants being medicinal or anything like that since then in our studies. We only know about this, but now we're going to see the power of the plants in this lesson. And we're going to be studying this lesson with Moses and the children of Israel. So let me just say where we are now. God has saved them from Egypt. The Egyptians were gobbled up by the sea. They celebrated. Moses danced and sang. Miriam, his sister, danced and sang and led the women into singing God's praises. He's got throw the rider and his horse into the sea, and they're all excited. And they've come further into the desert, and there's no water. I will read for you what happens. So we're gonna read Exodus chapter 15, verse 22 to 25. So Moses brought forth Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast it into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. God proved them. So, talking about the tree. I know once people talk about the power of plants, and many times we just say it, but we don't actually go out and do the investigation, and we don't ascribe to actually taking plants in terms of healing our bodies and so on. I remember my great grandaunt also, I don't know, there was something about water, the seawater. She used to go early in the morning and drink some seawater. And sometimes she wouldn't drink it because the sun already came up, and the water, the consistency or potency had changed. I'm not sure I can't remember now if she drank the waters when it was bitter, and then when the sun came up it was salt. I can't remember. But anyways, water here is not, them finding water is probably the issue. They're thirsty. But the lesson I'm seeing here is what plants can do, even in terms of purifying water. So it's not just in healing your body, but also here we're seeing that it's good for purifying the water. And somebody offered me a berry one day called America berry. And it looked like a berry I knew in the Caribbean, in the West Indies. And I said, oh. And also, I think it looked like a goji berry somehow too. And she said to me, this can turn a lemon into something sweet, like an orange or sweeter. And I go, I don't like lemons, and I don't know what can make a lemon turn sweet in my mouth. So she gave me the berry. I ate the berry, and then she gave me a piece of lemon to suck on. And I was apprehensive. I didn't believe it. Anyways, I tried it, and amazingly, I sucked a lemon that turned sweet based on this berry. I think it's called America berry, and I don't know if you can find it everywhere because I've searched sometimes too, and I haven't been able to find it. But it might be in the health food stores or so on. But it is a berry. I think it's of African origin that can turn tangy things or sour things into sweet things. So we know plants have the ability not just to heal our body now, but to turn a bad situation into a good situation, turn a sour thing into something sweet. And plants have the ability here to purify water. And I think we have to start looking more into plants. I am not a vegetarian, but my dad was somewhat of a herbalist, and I find myself studying that as well because I've seen what herbs have done for me and people around us growing up. Um, be, Outside of medicines, when we didn't have medicines available, we had the herbs, and we had seniors and elderly people who would tell us what every herb's for. Actually, this is one of my projects now I'm working on for Grenada. Um, in my Grenada's projects, like the herbs that are healing, the herbs we use for healing. I don't just mean the marijuana and stuff, because that's another story, but I remember people used to eat it when I was growing up. I saw a particular lady eating it, not smoking it. But there are many, many herbs that are used for many, many things. But this is my first time seeing a herb used, or a tree used, to purify water. So I got excited about that. And so I thought the lesson shouldn't be about water and finding water and them whining about water. And now the celebration is over and it's like, what have you done for me lately? I'm thirsty. I see this lesson as a lesson to take stock, to start paying attention to the potency or the potential in plants and what plants can do for us overall. So probably need to include more plants, plant-based diets. We need to include more plants into what we intake or intake. I'm not saying to stop with meat because I eat meat. But I have sisters and stuff that are vegetarian and they live very healthy lives. I have a cousin who asked me to be a vegetarian, and I said I couldn't. And he said to me, why not? I said, I feel weak when I tried many times, but I feel I need more food. And he said, you ever got kicked by a horse who only eats grass, or a cow or something? But anyways, the lesson today, I think I like the idea of knowing the importance of plants. Let's start paying more attention to plants. Let's start cherishing plants more. Let's start planting more. I think overall this would be good for the environment, not just us, but the environment on a whole. And hopefully we can find that tree, and we can work miracles with it on impure water all over the world, because people need good, fresh, clean water. Have a great day. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. May God bless you. Bye bye now.